Greetings and salutations. My name is Fish, and welcome to the Artist Haven. In tonight's live stream, we're just going to kind of hang out and chill and talk about projects that we're working on. I got my pal Mike Van Duzy here. Let's bring him up. I'm hoping other people are coming. They said they were going to be here. So, but life happens, and that's just how things work. And so we're just going to talk about projects, maybe some things that we have plans for. Just kind of just chill. I've got my water, so I'm fully prepared. It's nice and full. So cool. I almost dropped it. That would have been a mess. Little bits of lime running everywhere. So,
ooh. Helen's making teriyaki burgers.
Oh, yeah. That's like the only like sauce, like Asian sauce that I actually have cravings for. The rest of them can go away. But like teriyaki chicken,
yeah,
teriyaki beef, it's like, or shrimp, any protein really. Just don't put it on eggs. Trust me on this. Don't put it on eggs. I tried making scrambled eggs with teriyaki beef, and it did not taste good.
Good.
It was not good.
Yeah, my mom's Hawaiian, and her parents are from Japan.
Oh wow!
And so yeah, we'd have teriyaki like quite often, and grill. And she would start up a little charcoal fire just to make a little teriyaki.
Oh,
so
yeah,
just potato mac salad. Yeah, she always have that too.
Oh,
now I'm hungry.
So I just ate like 3 slices of pizza, and I feel like a glutton now because I ate so much. But okay, I'm switching screens here so I can actually see what's going on. Because I usually keep, now that I have 2 monitors again, it's kind of nice, but it's kind of confusing sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Oh, teriyaki. See, Helen, golly jeepers. Hello, Trisha. Oh, she's doing it on hibachi. Ooh. My dad used to do steaks on the hibachi. He'd get those like little, I don't remember what they were called. I think they're called round steaks. They were little.
Right.
And he would do them on the hibachi. And there was just, I don't know, he always had the old Weber grill.
Mm-hmm.
Like the old kettle Weber grill. And I don't know what the hibachi does different or what he did different, but it always tasted different. I don't know if he put wood chips in it or something, or I don't know. My dad was master flamester, man. Like master.
Wow.
So I learned all I know about grilling from him, which is quite a bit actually. So
cool.
So what are you working on, Michael?
Me?
Yeah. I used to say Michael. It's like just rolls off the tongue now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either one. You call me anything as long as you're smiling, right?
That's pretty much true.
Yeah, we're still just working on the set. Keely's getting ready. She's got like a little costume in that. We're gonna have to. We got a sewing machine. We're gonna have to try and figure out how to sew. It's one of the
it's really
things
simple.
I haven't done.
I mean, don't make it overcomplicated for yourself. Like really, don't. It's actually very simple. Just make sure that your settings are correct for the fabric that you're using. That's the only thing that you have to like make sure of. Everything else, I mean, if you mess up stitching, you can rip the stitches out. It's tedious and annoying, but just make sure you have the right needle, the right speed, and do you test on fabric. You got your cutoff pieces.
Right.
Just test on that. Make sure that you're not getting any snagging or pulling or anything. And stick to easy things like cotton.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just doing like straight stitches. It's for like costumes and that. And it's nothing we're going to wear out in public. So, if we miss a stitch or it's a little crooked, it's
right.
No big deal. So
you can actually take, like, you have that button up shirt. You
Mm-hmm.
can actually take and turn that into a pirate shirt with the ruffly collar and stuff really simply.
Oh
It's
yeah.
really simple. Yeah.
So I needed a little pirate shirt.
Yeah, just like you know what I'm talking about with the big ruffles and the bell sleeves and stuff. Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
it with like an old white shirt
I
and
saw
it'll.
the what was that
Yeah,
Seinfeld episode?
I don't know. I've never watched Seinfeld.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah, he had a
I
pirate
just
shirt
like
on. They
Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know. I'm weird.
wardrobe gave him a pirate shirt. They didn't call it a pirate shirt, but he went to go on. It was all puffy. He's like, "What is this?" He's like,
Yeah,
"I don't want to wear the pirate shirt."
it's like a poet shirt where it's like loose and baggy and flowy. Yeah,
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 but you can take even just a button-up shirt
mm-hmm.
and turn it. It's got to be a little bit bigger than what you need it to be, and you take basically where the buttons are and you kind of just stitch them together, and you just leave the collar here, and then you just put the floofies on it, and it's really simple.
Oh, cool. I
I
might have
made
to
like
do that.
6 of them in a day, so I know
Oh,
it's
did you?
simple, and I'm not a seamstress. I mean, I try to, I do my best, but and I've been sewing since I was knee high to a grapefruit, but
Yeah,
yeah. If you're just doing costumes for stage stuff that you're gonna do on your channel, yeah, don't worry about it.
yeah. Nah, yeah. We're just messing like that one that I was painting on the other day. When
Yeah.
I got done, I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, they didn't have pockets back then," so I like ripped the pocket off. And then I was like, "I don't like the collar," and I ripped the collar off.
Well, and you know what? That's period though, because um they didn't have collars back in
Yeah,
Victoria. They had collars, but they were collarless shirts because they would put their own collars on and had collar tacks and all the things. So that was one of the cool things about going to Dragon Con was Michael and I went to a panel on men's accoutrements and it was really cool. I mean, I learned a little bit from him, but most of the stuff I already knew from doing my own costuming and just,
right.
that kind of stuff. But Michael was all fired up. He's like, yeah, we can get me do this and do that, a waistcoat and everything. I'm like, yeah, baby. I'll convert him yet, you know.
Yeah.
So,
No, that'd be cool.
but yeah. Hello, Janice.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all get dressed up. I've got a couple of people that were, I've got this storyline like in my head and that, and I put out like a little clip, something I was doing, and some
Yeah.
people said, yeah, they want to be part of it. So getting people together right now and um, finishing this up, trying to figure everything out because this is going to like serve like a whole lot of different purposes. So we're
Mm-hmm.
going to be doing the crafts. We're going to get dressed up and actually do the crafts,
That's awesome.
and then and then do the short stories and just do all kinds of stuff.
Um, I have everything except for the corset, or a bodice of some sort. I have like this, like a shift. I have a skirt. I have, I just need some kind of bodice or corset top or something. So I've been looking because I do not have time to make a corset. I've made corsets. They take forever.
Yeah, I saw some people sewing them online.
Yeah, I will. They're really cool. It's just I have such a weird body because I'm tall and I have a long torso, but it's not long enough. Like I can order long torso stuff
Right.
and it's too long, but the regular size is too short, so I'm like somewhere in between.
Oh man.
So that's why it was always easier for me to make my own clothes and my own skirts and stuff because even like mini skirts when mini skirts were in fashion, late 80s, early 90s, I'd buy a mini skirt and it would barely cover my butt because I'm so tall and I have such long
Mhm.
legs. And it's just like, okay, I can't go out in public like, oh yeah, I could, but I don't know. I've always been modest. So, um, but yeah, Michael would be easy. We just need a um couple of pieces for him, just like a shirt and a waistcoat or something. Because I think he's already got a couple of shirts that would work. But it's still, with all the Renaissance stuff that I've done, I've got other pieces that I can intermix. I just don't have that bodice piece anymore. So
Yeah.
But on the new Discord channel that I released yesterday, this week, the link is in the description and in the chat, wherever it is. I actually did a section for steampunk. I did a section for fan films. And I'm also just willing to do, if we want to do, collaborations, that kind of stuff in there too. So we can, talk about it. And the reason why I'm moving off of Facebook is, one, I got a copyright claim on Facebook.
Really?
And there is no way to appeal it.
Yeah.
It's called, what did they call it? Hang on, let me see. It's called an ownership link, is what they call it. And someone put this ownership link for literally 7 seconds of an hour video. And it was on their page. They claimed ownership. So for however long it was, overnight, a day, they were getting views and making money off of it. Whereas I don't make money off of Facebook. I'm not big enough to. Yeah. And so that peeved me off. That like totally, I was on tilt all day. And I'm like, screw Facebook. I'm leaving. And yeah. I've had a Discord server for like 2 years. But I've never really done anything because I never knew how to do anything. And my friend Andy from over in the UK, he has a Discord and he was showing me how to do stuff. So, forgive me now because it's not perfect, but it's a start. And I'd really love to see, us be able to come together in one spot and talk about all the different things,
Okay, so that's for everyone to join.
Yep, everybody. And the thing is I do have members, we do have the members, channel members and stuff. They have their own section.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's for everybody. And I want to do, just have strictly Artapalooza from there, have our Friday night lives from there, have, live Saturday night lives from there, just like have all the links, have everything ready. So I only have to post it in one spot. Because right now, Saturday night, I was posting it on Twitter, sending it out on Twitter mails. My microphone is being weird. So I was sending it out on Twitter, emails, and then I was posting it in Artapalooza, and then I had to send it to a couple other people, and it was getting to be too much work. Now, if you're on the Discord server and you've been approved to be on, the live streams, you've done the sound check, you've done everything, then you're going to have access to all the links. So, because I'm just leaving it open for you guys. This is as much your guys' channel as it is mine. I just kind of, I'm the woman behind the curtain. So, and we could do like a movie night on the Discord. Because we do it in a private channel where it's not public, and therefore we don't have to worry about copyright. And, we can do whatever we want over there as long as it's not hurting anybody, which I wouldn't do anyway. So, I don't know. I'm really excited for this. Miss Clara is here.
Hello, Clara.
But Discord is going to be great. I have this feeling that it's just going to be really great. I mean, normally people are like, "Oh, Discord's for gamers," and it's like the more research I've done on it and trying to learn stuff, I'm finding that there's actually businesses that use it to communicate with their troubleshooting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Their help for tech help and that kind of thing, but also educators are using it as a classroom
Oh,
because
cool.
Zoom costs money.
Mm-hmm.
Discord doesn't. And you can have up to 50 people in a room. So if you're tutoring, a group of kids or even high schoolers, you can have 20, 10, 20 people at the same time, which is really cool. And they have something called stages, which is, I think, is kind of like Clubhouse, where it's an
Mm-hmm.
all audio thing and people have to raise their hand to come up on stage and talk. So I'm thinking it's laid out like Clubhouse, but it can be private or it can be public. You can use it to record a podcast. You could, I mean, there's just so many opportunities there as creatives and, just a chance to like meet people. Like I've got a couple people in there that aren't normally part of the Haven tribe. I've, Zanzarius, he's a guy I know from vidIQ and just talking to him because he's another moderator for vidIQ.
Mm-hmm.
And Bastian, he's crazy and I love him. I met him at Expand Your Reach Summit and he's awesome. He's just an awesome dude. And I'm very hopeful and very optimistic about this. So I'll stop talking now.
Cool. That's all right.
I get really excited and I just
What's up,
so
Mike?
Time to hydrate.
Yeah.
time to what?
Hydrate.
Yeah.
Hydration. Hydrate.
Yeah. That's gonna dehydrate you.
Yeah, I got a good cup to hydrate.
Well, thanks, Tish. You're very informative, I must say. Yes. No, hello everyone. I apologize for my tardiness. It was
I had to go on a beer run.
well, that was part of it. Yeah. So I kind of figured it's time to pop one open here on a Saturday night as we are live. I've actually had someone hack into my computer.
Really?
What?
Yep.
When?
I'll talk to you off air.
Oh Jesus!
But yeah, something was actually installed and running, and so I was removing it. Yeah, and I've been conducting some business today, getting something that we needed, a big household item, and so I was getting kind of concerned because I wanted to make sure that no accounts had been gotten into. You know what I'm? Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm glad to be here, and want to say hello to everyone. Clara Lawrence, hello. Helen, aloha.
Helen says you can PM in there too. Yeah, you can PM in there, or you can jump on a voice chat with someone or a video chat with someone. And the server that I'm building, no one can. Anybody who joins will be able to see the chat in certain rooms, not all of them. And as soon as they can verify, like Mike, if you were to come in and say, hey, this is Mike, I would know it's you. I'd put you in all the rooms. But if you're not someone I know personally or someone I know knows,
we keep you in the mud room. We don't let you go throughout the whole house. Yeah.
No.
Like,
you can't post anything, you can't do anything until you verified who you are. And because I don't want any bots other than the ones I put in there. And I don't want any trolls. I don't want any hate speech. I don't want any of that. So I'm being Big Mama Bear right now. And there is a bot that can do some of that for me, but I haven't read up on it enough. And to make sure that it's going to work with the Me 6 bot and just all the other stuff that I want to do. So there's going to be a calendar. So you can sign up for, we'll be able to like have certain sessions, like the Monday Hangout. Like I want to do a Monday night Hangout for all the members and, do things like that. And I can do it in Discord. Facebook is a pain in the ass to try and do that with. because you have to have a group for like gold members, you have to have a group for silver members, you have to have a group for, you know, we have that art chat for Artapalooza. We have Artapalooza and then we have Artapalooza chat, you know? So it's just like, I can have it all in one place. And it just makes my life easier. So if my life's easier, I can share more stuff with y'all. That's how I look at it.
Well, it's just it's a progression to where things have advanced, and that's the thing with, you know, Discord is got a better platform.
Yeah,
Facebook is just old, and it's gotten to the point now that it's very corrupt, and there's a lot of advertisement, and that's just all there is to it. You know, there's been a lot of conferences lately talking about Web 3.0 and where things are progressing. And I mean, one of the biggest underlying messages, is that people are getting away from Facebook. Now, that doesn't mean that, you know, Facebook's going to go away. Doesn't mean that we're going to stop using Facebook. It just means that the transition is going to be to where we're going to be able to expand and develop, do a lot more. Just like Tish was, you know, talking about, there's more opportunities to enjoy more, to do things that we've talked about before. You know, we've talked about wanting to do things and have fun. And Discord's going to allow us to do that. So,
yep. And
yeah, you can post pics and the videos, and and it makes a huge difference, and you just don't have the underlying issues that you run into comparative to what Zuckerberg's got. And
well, the thing that was really irritating me is I would post the color palette challenge on Facebook, and I'd post it in like 7 different places. Like, well, not 7, 5 different places, and out of all 5 of those places, I'd maybe get 50 views, maybe, on a good day.
And it seemed to be starting off, it was a little different, but then as things progressed, it just got steadily to where the results were not good. We weren't seeing any benefit out of it, and
last week's palette had 17 views all week.
Yeah, so it like, just the ends did not justify the means. So you just, at that point, it's like a bad business investment. It's just the return's not there, so you find something else. You know, if your doctor's not curing your ailment, you go find a different doctor. If your financial advisor's not working for you, do something different. So, you know, it's going to be the benefit of it. So,
and I want it to be. Excuse me, I got the hiccups again. I want it to be like not just fluid artists and not just one kind of artist. I want it to be anybody who's creative, and we can all, you know, come together in one spot and talk about, you know, cooking, talking about gardening, talk about sewing projects, talk about, because I mean, Clara is the resin queen, but she's also really good at quilting, like a phenomenal, and mosaics, and like 100 other things that I can think of, you know, just right off the top of my head. And you know, I know Mike, you're, you know, you do the gardening, and you're a chef, and you do awesome steampunk props, and you did awesome sci-fi stuff. And so everybody that is kind of like, I don't want to say this like I'm a snob, but like in my inner circle, they're all so diverse. I want to have a place where we can encourage that diversity and support it. And, you know, we'll have people that are professionals, like professional photographers that can help us, people that haven't held a camera in 20 years, you know?
Yeah.
That's, you know, but yet they can't cook. So, you know, we can help them make this magnificent meal for their family, you know?
I think just like you're saying, I mean, the diversity is going to be there to where we can change things up. Not saying that we're not going to do acrylic art, and because you know, there's a huge audience for that, but just saying that, you know, we can even with music, and I mean, that's a huge thing that I really enjoy as well. So, you know, find out what the diversity of everyone with their musical talents have. Hey, I want to give a shout out there to Cartoon Universe joining us in the chat. I didn't get to say hello to Janice Pittman. I did in the chat, but I want to give her a shout out. Glad she's in the chat tonight.
Yeah, Janice was one of the first people over there.
Yes.
She's so awesome. She just I talked to her about it and I said, this is what we're doing and this is what's going on. She's like, I'm so excited. So it was just like I felt like it was a good decision then. And I don't feel like I have to post something 100 different places to have it be seen. And I can just post it in the group, post it on Discord. And I mean, for the next couple of months, I'm still going to do all the things that I was doing. But I don't have to worry about it so much.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think that if you guys want to see the palette, I forgot to post it today, but there's the palette for this week because Easter's coming up, so I wanted to do some fun spring colors.
Cool.
Plus, I want spring, so there's the colors for next week. I will post it. It's bright and it's wonderful. Yeah. I want to use neon colors. That's what I'm gonna.
I was momentarily blinded there for a moment.
Well, you have a big monitor in there, so.
Blinded by the light. Yeah. Hey, want to give a shout out to Trey, Max World Entertainment. Hello, Trey.
Hey, Trey. Clara. My son's jaw will hit the floor when they find out I'm on Discord.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Mikey. Yeah, Mikey.
Make it even more popular in the household. Mom's on Discord?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, cool. All right, yeah, I'll join. I thought it was for channel members or something like that. Or
no,
your
it's
Facebook group.
Oh, yeah.
Moving over, so.
Yeah, no.
When we were doing the Exonar stuff, we actually start a Discord server started, and that's been years ago. Yeah, and just because it gave a different format comparative to, once again, just like what we're doing here, and it allowed us to show things and do things that weren't going to be allowed in any of the other formats. So.
Yeah, and I just. I think everybody has a voice, and I feel like Facebook is muting us. And, I've been on Facebook for 15 years. I've been trying to grow my exposure on Facebook since 2018. And it's not, no matter what I do, I can post 100 posts in a week and nothing happens. I can post 1 post a week and nothing happens. I can somewhere in between for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks, kill myself trying to get all these posts out, and nothing. I've been going live on Facebook every, all the live streams I simulcast over to Facebook, and I've gotten like 6 new followers in the last 6 months, and it's just not worth it to me.
Nah. Well, I was in the beta program when they first started. I've got like 137,000 followers on my page.
Right.
And when I post a video, I mean, I get like 1,000 views.
Right.
They want you to, and then they keep asking you, do you want to, run ads, boost this post, run ads, so it's, they'll give you a little bit and want you to pay for the rest of it. And I'm like,
right.
I'm not.
And we'll give you a $5 credit if you spend $50. Yeah. It's like, no.
Yeah.
There's no organic reach on Facebook anymore.
Yeah. Who's killing it over there is Eric. Outdoors with Eric. Remember, he used to be the Mitten Dad. I don't know if he's around very much anymore, but he was the Mitten Dad. And I was talking to him a couple of years back. He was like in a pivot.
Okay.
And he started doing he was doing like farm equipment, but then he had like some people camping on his property. He's got a lot of land.
Right.
And he started doing these videos, trespassers, should I call the cops?
Right.
Checking with my drone, and just everything's all this stuff about trespassers, and people just love it. And
free grazers.
Yeah. Squatters. So you can put up anything and like, oh my God, you won't believe what they did, or you know what I mean? But
right.
I mean, he's doing like really good over there. Like, I mean, and actually making like, good money at it. So
well, and that's just it. You can do it if you've got something that's trendy and catchy and for the masses.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I'm for the masses per se. I don't know. I I'm looking for intelligent people, maybe.
Yeah, that's another thing. You have to wade through all that other stuff too. It's it gets rough over there sometimes.
So Clara has a future project for her if they get the house that they're hoping for. We'll be creating a themed D&D gaming room. The boys are super excited. So yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, they do. They play a lot of D&D in their
Castle
house.
like feel they have throne for the dungeon.
I see a big dragon mural on the wall, and yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, Claire. Yeah, we actually did. When me and Keely were working, one of our clients would have a big employee party every New Year's, and she hired designers and caterers and all of this stuff. And then they asked us one year, I think that the designer couldn't be there, if we could go and like just help her put up all the party decorations. And then we started doing like every year, and it was kind of fun because she had a castle theme, like a medieval theme one year. And so she got this big cardboard thing from one of those party companies. It's just cardboard. It looks like a castle, and it had a big gate in the front. Yeah. And Keely painted a big dragon's head, like it looks like it's trying to come through it. And we put it behind of it, with lights, and that was pretty cool. And then when we were done, we rolled it up and gave it to it's like a card store or something, like a hobby shop.
Right.
And they played, it was where people would come and play Dungeons and Dragons like once a week or something.
We've got that
a little room. Yeah. So we gave it to them, and they went and put the mural of the dragon up over there where they'd come in and play every week.
Cool.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, Claire says we're thinking of a tavern castle like feel, even have a throne for the dungeon master. Oh boy.
That'd be awesome.
It's going to create the prancing pony right there. Yeah. A little part of Texas.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
I want to see that.
I do too. Clara is working on this mosaic table. She's sending me like sneak peeks. And it is absolutely stunning. And I wouldn't have the patience to do it. My ADD would take over. But she has so much talent. And so I can I think I know exactly what kind of castle you're talking about, because my junior prom, we had like some kind of medieval theme, and we had this castle cut out, and there was like that iridescent glitter everywhere.
Yeah.
Like this iridescent glitter on a gray background, and it was, oh my God, it was just crazy. And of course I worked on it more than I probably should have, but my grades dropped for about 2 weeks because I was staying up late and doing that. But I just anybody who can do stuff like that and have fun with it and be creative for a job like that, that'd be awesome. That'd be
cool. That was fun. Once a year. They have like that was the medieval thing, and then they had like playbill and like Broadway. So one year was they had Jersey Boys. What's the Wizard of Oz one? That's on Broadway.
The Wiz?
Nope.
No. Forget what that was. The Lion King.
Okay.
Yeah, so different ones like that. So we did each, like, I think there's 4 different ones. So Keely would make these centerpieces like she makes on her channel. And one was like the Lion King, and we had all this like African stuff coming out of it, and took like a mask, and Wicked. That's it.
Yeah.
And just did all these things. So each table would look like a different theme.
That's
cool. She painted like cutouts where you cut the face out. So one was like Grease, so they look like you were John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John from it or whatever. And we used to have fun doing all of those, and they quit doing it, because of COVID. So
right.
Yeah.
That would be a fun thing.
Yeah,
if it was once a year, I'd probably get really behind that.
Yeah, that's what it was. Just, we just did it for them. We always have people coming by after we get it all set up. It'd be in a motel, and it'd be in one of the banquet rooms. And as we were setting up, people are all walking by and asking us for a card for, their parties and all that.
Like, hell no.
Yeah, I said, we don't do this every, it's just one special occasion for our client. So
sorry. Yeah. Don't have the time.
Need some big bucks for doing that. That's a lot.
Probably could, but that's just it. Whenever you tell them how much you're going to charge, they're like, "Ooh."
Right.
Yeah.
Don't.
Our budget is $5,000. Can you do all this for $5,000?
Yeah.
You're like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, because this lady would just order all kinds of, like, they had the Academy Awards or Oscars one year, and she went to this one company. It brings out, like, they were like 12-foot statues of the the Oscar, where you walk in through them, and then lights and all this crazy stuff.
Wow. That just sounds fun. I think the most fun office party we ever had was we had a beach themed, like tropical beach themed party, and it was like a hog roast and all this kind of stuff for food. But Bob and the Beachcombers, which is like in Minnesota, they're a big band. They're not like, they're a Midwestern band. They travel like the 5 or 6 state area, and they're a pretty big band. And we had a live band at our office party, and it was really sweet. But Sharon, my boss and the owner of the company, she's like, they were being bought out. They were being purchased by a bigger company, and they're like, well, this is our last big party that we can have, so I'm doing it right. And she spent hell a lot of money on this, just tons. And there were huts. There were like beach huts, and and beach balls everywhere, and palm trees, like actual like little palm trees, And then they had the cardboard cutout ones too, and it was crazy. So I'm like, why don't you just send us all to Maui?
Yeah, really.
It would have been cheaper. But it's just cool.
Cool. Your background is looking pretty cool.
It's getting there. It'll be better as things go on. I haven't set up the lights to be controlled by Allegra yet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I say Allegra, because she's right over there.
Has yours just been spitting out random stuff lately, or has it always? Mine like just comes on like for no reason, like the lights will start spinning or something. The one thing it comes on, like started telling me like notifications for something, and when you ask for something just like a timer, then they set the timer, and then it's like, oh, by the way, the weather's like this. Would you like to watch this, or do you want to listen to this? And I'm like, shut up. And they know shut up now. It's like, Alexa, shut up. Yeah. Oops. Don't mean to offend your ears up back there.
Oh, I have my earbuds in, so we're good.
Okay.
The only one that you're going to affect is you.
Yeah.
We get notifications for deliveries and stuff, and if there's severe weather.
Yeah, but I had to set all that. So that's something I actually had to go through and actually in skills or something else that you can do. But I think like anything, we got to keep in mind it's all backed by Amazon. So it's kind of like when you go to McDonald's, you want an apple pie, with your French fries. And so, they're always going to try to add something in extra that, but all things considered, everything's worked pretty well. I think the funniest thing that I've seen is because in the family room, it's where the big 4K TVs at, and I got surround sound and the whole bit, and we've got one of the Echoes in there, and then like you'll have advertisements that they'll run, and especially if it's something like IMDb where they're running a movie and they've got ads that kind of pop up, and then all of a sudden they'll have like Amazon stuff, and it'll and Alexa will kick in because it hears this, that, and the other going on, and so it'll do some silly stuff. But I don't know, we haven't had anything. I think we had one time that it started doing some weird stuff in the overnight, and it
was making that feedback noise.
It
sounded
so
like
we had to
transistor possessed. It was just like, why is it making
I'm sure it's alien beings that are
like the ghost.
It's like in that M. Night Shyamalan Signs, the baby monitor.
It sounded like a baby monitor. Well, I always said this is our own little spirit box. The spirits are trying to communicate with us.
I don't know. People are using their smartphones. I looked up an app that you can actually download that you can use as a spirit box if you want, if you're so inclined. But then again, what is that? We watched the videos.
The spelunking.
The Randomica or Random Nautica.
Random Nautica, yeah.
Yeah, to where you put it in and you tell it what your intention is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
and there are people that are finding like dead bodies and weird shit. It's gross.
Or
but,
getting kind of I don't know.
Wait, well, there was the one where the girl was like, I want to find prosperity, and she found like $1,000.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I want prosperity, like lots of prosperity, like tenfold prosperity. So, but
I think there was a 15-year-old boy that asked the same thing, that he wanted prosperity. That it took him to the red district where all the prostitutes were at. So, I don't know.
He needs to learn how to spell prosperity. It's not prostitution.
Oh, that's it. I tell you, Art, young people today, this technology is ruining them. They can't even spell.
I know. Damn spell check.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Damn autocorrect.
Yeah.
I'm always fish. When people like text me, it's like, oh, fish. Damn autocorrect. Or tush. Tush. Yeah. Tush makes me giggle because it makes me think of the ZZ Top song. That's been my song since I was like in high school. So, but
so what's everybody working on?
That would be cool to do, I think, but I'm weird.
Yeah, what's everyone working on?
What's that construction?
So Claire's building a castle.
Yeah. She's going to have a gaming room that she's going to have for role playing and Dungeons and Dragons.
Bringing out hibachi.
Helen's going to do hibachi.
Yeah, she's got teriyaki burgers on the hibachi.
Nice.
I'm like, I want some.
Yeah, I can smell it.
I know, I can do it. I can. My mouth started watering. It's like, okay, this is not good. I just had really good. Well, it wasn't really good pizza. Walt's pizza is usually really good, but you got to go on like a Thursday, because they use they age their dough, but on like a Saturday or Sunday,
right?
They've used up all their aged dough, so they're starting new again. So the dough still has flavor and stuff, but the best day is like Thursday when it's aged for like 3 or 4 days. You know,
she says that she doesn't know.
Oh no, I don't know. You're right.
No,
they said they spent 3 or 4 days.
That's a logical assumption, though. I think actually what happened was they knew that we were getting a free pizza tonight. They're like, "Oh, take that old dough.
Get the old."
The old dough is the good dough. The new dough is the bad dough because it doesn't have any flavor to it. It tastes like flour.
True. That's true.
They're like, we spent all this time making this great dough for you, and you scarfed it down in 10 minutes.
Well, and I don't know.
We've had good experiences. There have been some times that have been, but we've called and they were saying, hey, let's make this better, and that's they're just a local owned pizzeria, and
and they do a good job, and
yeah,
they usually
yeah,
have really good servers there. Our last server was awesome.
yeah.
You usually go in and have a beer and pizza and make a night of it or an evening of
It's
it.
our hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that we like. So yeah, Mike. Yeah, you Keeley. Yeah, come up this way. We'll all go to Waltz. Yeah,
we'll go to
hang
Waltz.
out. Go out into the patio out there in the back.
Cool.
Yeah, and do
It'll be
that.
and it'll actually start being nice enough where we can sit on the patio. I'm so excited for summer. It's like I can't wait.
Yeah, we actually had nice weather today.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, yeah, it was, and tomorrow's supposed to be nice as well.
Really cool. Yeah, I got out there and finally just stopped what I was doing, went and mowed the lawn. I was like, I'm gonna go take care of this before it turns like 90 next week.
Either that or and then it's like, and then it turns into like you need like a machete to go out there and cut the lawn because it's so tall.
Yeah, we had like a bunch of rain. I usually after the winter just let it go as long as possible before I get in there that first mow and that, but it was just nice outside. I was like, if I don't do it now, I'm gonna be like regretting it. Like you said, it'll be thick because of all the rain and then the humidity would be 100 degrees and 100% humidity, and so I said I'll go get it done today. Yeah, it was nice. So
we're seeing. We
got projects done today. We got the flagpole fixed. I got my rack done for the wall.
We got a rigging done, with our flag.
Well,
so
I let
it's. Oh my goodness! She's like, oh my goodness! Don't go up that ladder. But we got it taken care of. Yeah. Essentially, what it is we've got a 5 foot by 8 foot flag, so it's a big flag.
Wow.
And one of the neighbors, gracious, wonderful man named Ward, with the original owners of this house, had constructed this flagpole, and I mean, it's galvanized. It is just
it's nice.
Even if we needed to take the pole down, it actually has a bolt that's on a hinge that can be pulled. And
cool.
So, but at this point, what happened was a nylon rope with one of the standoffs had just rubbed itself to where it just snapped loose. So it was kind of one piece was flapping around, and we just needed to kind of get a hold of it. But of course, it's all the way up the flagpole. So I'm going to get in the extension ladder, and she's like, "Oh, it's it's like it's bending over." And like bending over because I'm thinking of like Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner, like is like really bending over, like all the way. And she's like, she goes, well, I don't know what she said, 4 or 5 degrees or something. I'm like, oh, that's nothing. But we got it.
I don't know if it's gonna like all of a sudden go and then you're gonna go and then I'm gonna.
And that's why I said you needed to have your smartphone with you, because the video of that, me just flinging off that thing, shooting all the way across and going all the way over into the pond, that would have made us some money on the
broke like 4 limbs.
ABC's funniest home videos, right there.
Yeah,
but no, we got that taken care of, and other stuff. I started working on the chair that I'm going to have. Yeah. And the main thing with that is because that's a chair from 1960 and all the grease that was in it was original. And I have put hours upon hours to degrease every part of that swivel, because I want it to be fully functional. I want it to where, I get in it and it swivels back to center, just like, when it was originally made. So it's coming along. It's coming along. Janice would have watched that video of me shooting across and landing in the pond. Good. I would send that video to you. I sent a fan film to Janice and Steve this morning. So I hope they get a chance to watch that. It's a funny little vignette. But that maybe that's the thing what my character needs to do is fling off that flagpole.
It was windy, and he's on this extension ladder, and I'm like, "You're not going any higher."
Oh goodness!
He's like, "Just one more step." I'm like,
Listen,
"No, you're no."
I was getting frustrated. I was like, "Good God, I'm going up this thing. I'm getting this thing over
and he's
with."
got the pictures of peril. They're these the big stick thing, and you squeeze it.
And those things are so cheap. It just
It's so cheesy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just feed it through the thing. Just pull it through the thing, and finally it worked. And he's like feeding it through, and it came down where he could actually grab it with his hand and bring it down. So. Tried my.
It wasn't that traumatic. Goodness gracious.
It was for me.
Oh yeah. Anyway, but we got that done. Tish worked on a bunch of stuff that she had going on. And with me, we were able to get outside and enjoy the weather.
So this is acrylic paint and water. And this is a pine. This is just a pine board.
Oh, cool.
So this is what I put it on the wall in front of me here. And this is what my camera is going to be attached to, and my soundboard. I have a sound bar that I'm going to hook up and have that. So I just got to figure. I sometimes I need to just not mess with things and just leave them the way they are. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I tried to program my soundbar to have a better sound quality, and now it sounds worse. And now I can't get into the app on my phone. I can't get my phone and the soundbar to connect to each other so I can fix it. So I spent like a half hour trying to do that today. I'm like, I need to put the phone down and walk away.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do that and just come back and it works. Yep. Yeah, some little things like that will frustrate the crap out of me.
Yeah. But I'm going to try your little hack with the plasti dip. That will be tomorrow night after work. Cool. I'm going to blend it with some spray. So I have just regular copper that I'm putting underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to kind of sand it a little bit and kind of rough it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to spray it with the spray paint, spray it with a little bit of plasti dip, spray it with the spray paint, and then squirt it with rubbing alcohol and see if that gives it a texture and color that I want. I'm going to try it on the small piece first and see what happens. So.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that I just didn't think about it, but it acts as kind of like a resist.
Mm-hmm.
And yet not. So it's like that's really interesting just to see how to do that. So with I'm going to try the Mike method tomorrow for crackle copper. Yeah, I've got Michael bought me 2 cans of that plasti dip. They're up on the shelf up here, and I'm like, I better try it.
Yeah.
Mike's so shallow for this stuff. I better,
I'm completely out.
Oh no!
Yeah,
look at all that copper behind you.
It's pretty cool. All of the stuff I've filmed, and I haven't put anything up yet. Tokyo, and then that way, once we get started, I'll have a lot of stuff I can edit, and show how to make this or this or this, and because I've got my channel and Keely's got her channel, so we won't be stressing out going, oh, we got to get a thing out this week. So. Yes, I'm just filming and having a whole bunch, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. We're having fun with it, and the little short stories and all that is just something fun. I've always wanted to just do stuff like that, and so it serves like a dual kind of purpose, and just messing with stuff. I put little spikes on my hat.
Yeah, I saw those spikes in
a little coil on the top.
Chat. That's awesome. It's kind of steampunk meets what's the name of that show? Mad Max.
Yeah. Yeah. I think which one do they like Fury Road or something? Sometimes they point to, having like some kind of a little bit of, well, all these movies, you know, like little steampunk-esque kind of,
Yeah.
you know, things in them. But yeah, so but then when I, like I said, what Keely's doing, and then her little channel will be like, you know, just being in character, like really steampunk, and then and then doing arts and crafts. And then the thing that I'm doing with the short stories, it will be like kind of toned down, because the story that I'm developing or whatever, you know, won't be. There's not a whole lot of steampunk like movies out there. I wonder if I can just come up with something.
The only one that I think that is even relatively close
Mm-hmm.
is Wild Wild West.
Yeah, and even that like irritates like
not
the steampunk people in that. So
well, and it's got elements of steampunk. It's not necessarily steampunk.
yeah.
Yeah,
well, they had like like Artemis Gordon was like, you know, like an inventor, and
right.
And then, you know, and all the little things like putting his little head in the projector thing, and lots of things in there, I guess. And even the bad guys, everything was all steam going.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we're working on all that. It's we're having fun doing it.
I think Penny Dreadful it's actually kind of steampunky in a way.
There's another one on
Frankenstein.
What did I watch on HBO Max? Was The Nevers or something?
Yeah, that's one that I've been wanting to watch.
There's one girl in there that's kind of like the tinkerer or whatever. So it's got a little, you know, like you said, just that little element. I kind of like that, and the music. And I think that like the short stories we're going towards is going to be more like the little dark kind of steampunk stuff. Whereas like that, you know, they've got like the airships and just the fanciful stuff and
Bioshock.
You know, right. So
have you ever seen that video game, Bioshock?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen parts of it. I haven't played it or anything.
Oh, I've played all 3 of them.
Have you?
Yeah, it's an excellent game. Excellent game. And I have the last one. The other 2 got stolen. So, but the last one, you know, it's airships and it's the first 2 games are underwater, like in a Atlantis underwater. And this one is up in the air. It's all kind of steampunky but not so much Victorian, more like 1920s, 1940s, somewhere in there, you know. So, but it's still got that feel to it, and it's gears and triggers and just, you know, you've got rocket launcher, you know, but you've got pistols and you've got, you know, just different things as your weapons. And it's a really fun game, and it's actually quite interesting.
Cool.
It's quite interesting. So the first game, Bioshock 1, is just mind-blowing. Just how it all comes together. And I won't spoil it for you, but it's just really cool. And there's 2 different endings. There's 2 different endings depending on what you do in the game. Actually, I think there's 3, but I've only seen 2. So it depends on what kind of person you are in the game. And it's kind of like choose your own adventure.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Back when I first started like Creator Spotlight, it wasn't supposed to be like a creator help kind of thing. It's just people kept asking me questions, and that's all they wanted to talk about. I actually started it to get like creative people together, just different, you know, like I said, you know, we all have different skill sets.
Right.
And just to do something, you know, like big, like much bigger than, you know, just like one of us or whatever. And
right.
And love that movie. Yeah, from Mortal Engines.
I don't think I've seen that.
I didn't see the movie. I saw the previews. That's where like the cities were like on wheels or something, and the whole city were moving like the cities. So like
I've never even heard of it. I've never seen a preview for it. I don't even know. So I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I have to see that too. That's I haven't watched like a whole like movies, like feature length movies and that for like years. So get some catching up to do.
Watch Tenet, but make sure you watch it again in like 3 weeks.
Oh, I'd watched part of that. So it was
Tenet
that was
is really
like
deep.
where things were going backwards or something.
It's just it's a really good movie, but you're completely lost for like the majority of it. And I consider myself fairly intelligent, and if I'm lost, and I'm sitting there the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
then there's something going on with the movie. And it's kind of like Inception to me, where Inception, I was like confused. I'm like, what's going on? What is this? Okay. But it made sense. It started making sense, and it started pieces started falling together.
Well, it's the same guy. It's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
So but he likes to do his movies that way.
And
that's kind of the cool thing about it, because I think a lot of people, even like Quentin Tarantino, he doesn't do things linear.
No.
Yeah.
It was the thing with Pulp Fiction. It was the thing with a lot of different movies. It's non-linear. So the chapters are all kind of interspersed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
When stuff like that first came out, and when it first came out. Now I think it's getting kind of run into the ground a little bit. Right.
But because a lot of the filmmakers
are kind of storyline though.
I mean, it could be interesting. The thing that's tough is that when they always show like, I guess the end and the beginning, and then like, okay, somebody was mentioning like the movie Casino with Robert De Niro. You see the car blow up, so well, he's going to die. So you kind of you see things leading up to that.
Spoilers.
So
I did something. I was doing clips. I have another channel on TikTok, and it has like 1,700 followers or something. I was just doing like movie clips, like guess the movie. And I was getting old. I wasn't getting like new movies in that. And one of them I got was, I don't know if y'all remember Cutthroat Island.
Yeah.
With Gina Davis.
Yeah. That Matthew Modine.
Yeah. The little clip that I did was where she uncovered a can and just said bad dog, So I put that little clip, and everybody was in there. Spoilers. I'm like, the movie's 50 friggin' years old.
Right?
Yeah, put a little spoiler up by now. Damn.
Yeah, if you did by now.
There's a movie with Gina Davis. It's called The Long Goodbye. Was that the name of it? She was a spy, and she actually had gotten like kind of brainwashed to where she was living a life of just a stay-at-home mom, had a daughter, the whole bit, and then like something happened and it triggered in her head, and then she like went back to being a spy. It's got Samuel Jackson in it, and
kind of like Bourne.
Yeah, kind of like that, kind of like a female Jason Bourne kind of thing. Yeah,
I like that movie.
But
yeah.
It
was, I haven't seen any of the other ones. Just the first.
Yeah, that first one was like awesome.
Yeah. I'm one of those people where I usually don't see sequels. Unless it's like something that would make sense to me. Like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. Those make sense because there's other books and they didn't go to those books yet. Yeah. But normally I would say 75% of the time the sequel is just sad and I don't want to watch it. Like I lose interest in it halfway through and it's like, okay, I'm done. So I don't know.
Just all depends.
That way. It depends. It depends on the movie. It depends on the actors and the director and just, like Fast and Furious. I saw the first one. I did not see a need to see any others. There are thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that disagree with me, but it's like, but yeah, Riddick was a great movie. And then, and then I think it was Chronicles of Riddick. And then I think there's one more. And all of them were great movies. I thought they were great movies. They're all entertaining. They kept my attention.
Yeah.
Well, Christopher Nolan talking about, with Batman Begins, Dark Knight. Dark Knight was just an exceptional movie. I mean, of itself, just, watching it. Yeah, it's just so well done. Heath Ledger's version of the Joker is outstanding. I'm going to tell you something. There's been a lot of mixed opinions about this new movie, The Batman.
Yeah.
But I really feel like Matt Reeves did an excellent job with this movie. And it's not just about Robert Pattinson. It is just all the other characters. Paul Dano as the Riddler. I'm going to tell you something. This is a version of the Riddler that is unlike any other. I mean, this is a Riddler that's along the lines of a Heath Ledger Joker. I mean, very dark, very psychologically manipulating, and it really it really F's with you. I mean, very, very well. Yeah. And and that, to me, there was like tones of the Saw movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Jigsaw kind of almost in the character and other things that just were kind of playing out.
That's what I kind of got from the trailers and that.
Yeah. Yeah. And
cool.
So I kind of thought, this
is this comic really dark to begin with.
Well, you have to understand, there's a lot of versions that you have writers and artists. Batman, Superman are two of the biggest characters that have been developed in so many different ways, in so many different storylines, especially with the Dark Knight, because there's graphic novels out there that deal with, all kinds of different aspects. So yeah, they've developed the character, and really originally in Detective Comics, I mean, he was a detective. And he was very ruthless as a vigilante. And that was the whole purpose. I mean, his parents were killed in front of him as he was a young child, and it psychologically affected him. And then he decided to take that out into the streets. But the way the character has been developed in a lot of the graphic novels it's really interesting. And it's not for everybody, because, some people kind of like their version of the character, and just like some people like their pizza. I mean, or, it's like we're talking about. I like my dough a certain way. I like, my sauce a certain way. I don't want it too spicy. I kind of want it this way. Yeah. And so on and so forth. And it's along the same lines. But I've had some conversations with some people, even some family members, and, they were they think of it along the lines like Michael Keaton. And, don't get me wrong, Michael Keaton, what Tim Burton did, I mean, that stuff was outstanding. I even liked the second one. I thought the second one was great. I love the interaction with Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer. I thought those two did great as Batman and Catwoman. But I think in this version, it's really well done. So with cool. the new movie.
Yeah, one thing with the different types, like the different Batmans and everything, everybody trying to wrap their head around it. But one thing they did well was like the Joker personality.
Yeah.
Is that it's more of a concept, that there wasn't like one Joker character or whatever. And then that way, when they had the different types,
they had the gang.
Yeah.
And I could get into spoilers. I don't know, but I mean, to kind of just a little bit. No, I'm not going to give anything away. No, just wait, Tish. Goodness. Essentially, what this is supposed to be is Batman's like in his second year. So this is just year 2 of him being Batman. And he doesn't even go around. I mean, he's not like, hey, I'm Batman. That sort of thing. It's just, he's just out there doing his thing. And the Joker has been locked up. He's in Arkham Asylum. So it's kind of, that's the time frame of it. And so, like Mike, like you're talking about, I mean, there's the gang that's out there. And so that's what they're mimicking. And
cool.
And they go from there.
I think, what was the TV show, Gotham?
Yeah.
They that character, they couldn't call him Joker.
Right. They couldn't. Yeah.
Because they didn't, like, when they bought the rights or something, that they forgot to have the Joker included. So they developed the character, and everybody was like, that's the Joker. But they're like, they never said Joker in the thing at all. He was pretty cool too.
Yeah. That kid was in Shameless, the American version. Yeah.
And but Heath Ledger was pretty cool. So
interesting stuff, like in the James Bond movies, there's a lot of issues with copyright, where even getting into the Daniel Craig movies, they didn't have the rights to use Spectre until finally it was like a lot of legal battles that went on for quite some time. And then when they finally did, so yeah, they had created Quantum, which was sort of the criminal organization, but that's because they couldn't use Spectre. And then finally when they did, they tried to, kind of mesh it around. So yeah. Well,
I talk about things that I don't know anything about. I mean,
well, that's the diversity of the conversation.
I like the last but James Bond movie, and I might entertain the thought of watching the ones with Daniel Craig, because I actually liked him and I'm a diehard. Sean Connery is the only 007 in my book ever, and because Pierce Brosnan will always be Remington Steele in my brain, because I watch that show all the time, and I love that show. So for me to have that transition in my head would be, it was too difficult. I couldn't even watch the movie. So, and it's nothing against him or the actors or the directors or anything. It's all on me. I'm taking full ownership of that. But Daniel Craig did a fantastic job in the last movie. So, I was grateful for that.
Yeah, the whole series was, I think, very well done. They just kind of rebooted, and I think they made a nice little entity with the 5 movies. So, each movie kind of had its own interesting part to it. I mean, some stood out more than others. Skyfall is a great movie in and of itself. Javier Bardem as a bad guy, man, I tell you what, he is awesome. I mean, No Country for Old Men. If you haven't watched it, yeah, you want to see a bad guy, man.
It's gross,
once again, that's a good psychological bad guy.
Yeah,
that's the type. I mean, he's got a lot of physical characteristics, but still, he's just got a presence to him, and he brought that presence into Skyfall. That is awesome. And
what's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Yeah, exactly. Don't put it in your pocket. Yeah, with all the other coins.
Have you ever had like mainstream, like CSI did a couple of episodes that were directed by Quentin Tarantino, and I think it was Criminal Minds. Was it Criminal Minds that had Tim Curry as the bad guy for a couple of episodes? So it's like, I like TV shows for me because they're done in 40 minutes and I get a nice, it's like a mini movie.
Yeah.
But like the Star Trek episode where I think it's called Lost in Time or just Time. I don't remember, but where they have Samuel, they go back in time on Star Trek Next Gen, and it's a 2-part episode, and they meet Samuel Clemens, and and it's just for me, those are like videos that could be movies. Those are shows that stand out to me, because like Michael is a huge movie buff, and he watches TV show stuff too, but I'm more about TV, because I can get in, watch my episode, and be done for the night, or I can binge watch it and do crafty stuff, So, like he said, Shameless. I've never seen that show because it's not my style, but a lot of people love it. Same with Breaking Bad. A lot of people love it. I mean, I loved Walking Dead for the first 6 episodes. I sadly never got to see season 6, or first 6 seasons, or 5 seasons. But like CSI and Criminal Minds, and just figuring out the puzzles and stuff like that. So,
but you bring up a good point, because a lot of that is where you had a network that would run those shows. You'd have one, and then another one would follow up, and that was kind of thing. HBO did that. Showtime's done that. You would be watching The Sopranos, and then another series that go ahead, and people would say the popularity of this kicked in because people would be there, and that was something else. Tish and I were talking about one time was, it used to be, before we live in the world we live in now, that on a Sunday night you were at home, so you could watch HBO, watch The Sopranos, whatever, and then so whatever was following up after that. That was kind of the thing, like with Shameless. Shameless was on after something else or before, you just kind of had that lineup and you just ended up watching, what was coming on after the other one. Yep. And so then you start picking up on it. I think the thing was the stigma of television used to be that television was kind of like, below par of movies. If you wanted to make it big, you were a movie star. Television was beneath certain people.
Yeah.
And then, now we're seeing it to where it's just as strong. You've got people that like Tim Curry, look at Jonathan Frakes and everything he's done with Star Trek. He's come in with Star Trek Discovery, Picard. He's directed episodes left and right. The Orville. I mean, if you really want to watch some good science fiction, The Orville's awesome. Yeah. And I cannot wait for the third season. It is, bated breath with that. Seth MacFarlane's just done a wonderful job. I hope he continues on and does a fourth in some way, shape, or form. But I mean, you had Jon Favreau, that spearheaded that with the Orville. Jonathan Frakes got involved with it. So Brandon Braga, that's also someone from the whole Star Trek universe back with TNG and DS9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
he was a writer, wasn't he?
He was writer, producer, so kind of a showrunner. You like the reboot of Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah.
I honestly haven't watched it, and I kind of kick myself a little bit because it's just, once again, it's some of the best science fiction that's out there. So
I have another fan of my hair. Yay! Thank you, Nicole.
What color is Nicole's hair?
Well, I told Diane today that I would color her hair purple. We'd just do the ends so she wouldn't feel overwhelmed. She's like, I don't know if I could do my whole head purple.
Yeah, reboot of Battlestar Galactica was great. Absolutely. Yeah, road trip right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to go to the Carolinas just to color Diane's hair.
No, not just.
Yeah. Well, I
haven't seen the ocean since I was 8.
That's a good excuse.
So I want to go see the ocean.
Well, I mean, all that other stuff, sure, we'll work that in.
Yeah.
No. But we'll say, we got to go down there. So purple and blue. Purple and blue is the color of Nicole's hair.
That's awesome. That's what mine will be when it starts growing out. I'm just going to go in with purple and do the roots. So,
cool.
I don't know if Michael will help me with the rest of it again.
Yeah. Got your channel going, Michael?
I've got video of. Well, thanks, Tish, for that vote of confidence right there.
He's been recording stuff, but he hasn't posted anything.
Are you recording? Cool.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's, you record stuff, take pictures. I posted a picture on Facebook if everyone wants to take a look at it. I found a model that is an AMT model from 1979 that I built. It is original Star Trek: The Motion Picture of the refit of the Enterprise. I mean, that is original 1979. Whenever the movie got released in December, that time at Christmas, it's got LED lights in it. So the light kit I've got in it, and in the second, in the bottom secondary hull, it's actually got the battery holder in there for C-size batteries to put in there. To light up everything. So, it's been in the garage. I took a picture of it, but that's something I want to restore it. And because they just released the director's cut in 4K of Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Yeah.
It still can be one of those things where I'm sitting back watching it and I fall asleep. It kind of lulls me into it's kind of like Tish is talking about. Sometimes some of these movies can be a bit long.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I talk a good game. I do. I talk a good game, but everything takes.
He is very
everything takes time.
And he's. I keep telling him, just make a video. Don't be particular. Just do it.
And it's
And
pretty out. There's only going to be a handful of people to see the first ones.
Yeah, that's
makes
true.
100
unless it was you falling in the pond.
I am so impressed with how many people.
That.
Yeah, now that one I think we would do very well with. Yeah,
yes, that would go everywhere. That would be on YouTube,
pole,
Instagram, TikTok,
shooting across, landing in the pond. Yeah, we need to work on the physics on that just to make sure that I'm not hitting the driveway and I'm going into the pond. But yeah, I think the night that whenever we were joking around about that, and I'm amazed at how many views that I've had.
I know you got like 30 views on it or something.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it just goes to show.
And Janice, she needs to start putting her art up there too.
We're gonna be having a YouTube little mini conference. I posted something in the Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna do it on Discord because we got the Discord server up and running. And
link in the description or at the top of the chat.
In chat, it's pinned comment in chat, and it's in the description. And everybody is welcome. Any kind of creator, any kind of creative. But we're going to be doing like an intro to YouTube and what tech do you need? What does everybody's so overwhelmed and overthinking it. Really, you don't need to. You can use your iPhone. I mean, I think Clara, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you've used your iPhone for at least 90% of your content on your channel. But if not closer to 100. Yeah. So yeah. Clara uses her iPhone. So, and I think she's over 15,000 subscribers now. So you don't have to have a Sony A6500 or whatever the number is now. You don't have to. So yes, Janice is going to be in the class. So, Claire's 100% iPhone. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. You don't have to be all high tech, and you don't have to be perfect. And I'm
using my iPhone. Everything all of my videos are on my iPhone.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Yep.
The whole one.
Well,
not that one. That one wasn't the one that I uploaded. That was right here in the studio.
Yeah.
Here, but everything else I've been working on is been out in the.
This camera is. I stole this one from Michael. This is the.
Yeah.
Logitech.
Borrowing it.
Yeah, I stole it. Michael, I borrowed it for like 6 months, and then Michael just went out and bought another one for his.
Yeah.
Pia actually sent us one. She sent us a camera, not a Logitech. Yeah, and then there was like a $19.99 special at Sam's Club.
Really?
And I got that. Yeah, and that one's not been a bad camera. Yeah, I've got that one in the. I think it's in there where the laptop's at. Yeah,
I'm going to get a second iPhone.
Yeah, but I've got
Let's just make me 6. That's the bot inside Discord.
Okay.
Okay, if I crash, at least Michael has it. So I'm bringing up Discord so I can let people in. Oh wow. Okay, I know who that is. I gotta see who's who here. Oh, this is Yvonne. Sweet. Just following the rules. Yeah, just message me on Discord. Send me a DM. You just click on my name, the Artist Haven, and you should be able to send a message.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I am going to probably say goodnight to everybody and go get
I
have another libation. Yeah, you got work.
So I can't stay up too late. I'll turn into a pumpkin. But yeah, just message me in Discord once you come in, and then I will set you up with a role, and then you'll be able to see everything because I am personally filtering everybody before I let them in because I don't want any trolls, I don't want any spammers, and I just not that if I can verify that you're a human being and not just some dude behind a keyboard warrior kind of person.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to let you in. Even if I don't know you, I'm still going to let you in. But I want it to be a safe environment for everybody. And I don't want anybody to feel like they have to like hold back. They can share their art and not be embarrassed.
But if you're a dude with a keyboard, yeah, I'll put you in a room. Yeah. We'll have our own special room. Our own.
Well, I thought about that. I thought about having a ladies only room and then a dudes only room, but
I like that. Yeah, the dudes.
That's gender specific, and I don't like doing that. Because what about the gender neutral people? What do we do with them?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I've got the den of dudes. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, come on in. Yeah. Hanging out, having cigars. Yeah.
You just sounded like this with swing blade dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Have some cigars. Like him.
It opens you like melon.
Yeah, Swisher sweets. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Fresh fried potato. Yeah, and Swisher sweet. Oh, potted. I like to have some potted meat. Okay.
On that note, we are going to say goodnight. Join us Wednesday night for Artapalooza. If you'd like to be part of Artapalooza, just hit my DMs in Discord. You know how to find me. You know where to find me. I will be there every day, like for reals, y'all.
For real.
I think that's it. I think that's it for tonight. So remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.
Live long and prosper.
Good night.
Nanu.